Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking onto this video, and please don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Okay, so today, for the first time ever, I'm going to be doing a 3 looks 1 palette video with this gorgeous baby. This is the Jeffree Star Cosmetics and Shane Dawson collaboration Conspiracy palette. I absolutely love this. I have not been able to put it down since I've gotten it. There's so many different options to do with this. It's such a great mix of colors in here. So yeah, I did 3 different looks. One very vampy, sultry fall look, which is this guy here. Then I did a very daytime appropriate look, as well as a very fun, colorful look. So if you want to take a look at those, then please stick around and keep watching. I'm also going to be doing a giveaway for the first time ever in this video. So I managed to get my hands on 2 of these babies, and I thought, why not give one to you guys? I know so many people didn't get a chance to get it, so I'm going to be giving the details of how to enter the giveaway at the end of the video, so make sure you stick around to the end, and let's jump right into the tutorials. Okay guys, let's get started with the first look. So this is a sultry, vampy look, perfect for fall. So the color we're going to begin with is here, called My Pills. So what we're going to do is go in with a big blender brush. I'm going to go in with my Smith 232, and we're going to start to work that into the crease. And laying this down first is going to help all the other colors just blend really well. As per usual, we're using circular motions as well as rocking motions back and forth. Okay, now we're going to dip into pigment here, this gorgeous pink. So I kept pronouncing it wrong in my other video. I'll link that in the cards in case you guys missed it on when I first got the palette. I was so excited, I honestly mispronounced like half of the names in the palette, and I definitely got read to filth for it. So we are just working this into the crease as well. We're starting in the corner here using circular motions, and once the majority of the pigment is off the brush, we are just going to run it through the rest of the crease. Okay, once we've taken the pigment shade to about here on the eye, we're going to dip in with a smaller blender. For that, I'm going to be using my Wayne Goss 17, and we're going to dip into this beautiful shade here. It's called Not a Fact. It's like a pinky, purpley. I absolutely love the way it looks. Very, very nice. Perfect for fall. So we're just going to start by dotting that in the corner here, and also slightly working it up into the crease. And then once the majority is off of the brush, we're going to nicely brush it into the corner here as well. Okay, once we've taken that Not a Fact shade to about here, we're going to dip back in with the larger blender, the Smith 232, back into pigment. And we're just going to lightly brush over top of that and make sure it's nice and diffused and blended. Okay, and once we've taken it to here, we're going to switch again to a smaller blender. I'm using my Wayne Goss 19, and what I'm going to do is dot back and forth between Not a Fact and my rides here. I'm just going to dip back and forth between that, and we're just going to very gently build up this corner just so we get that really depthy look that we're looking for. Okay, once we've taken it to about here, we're going to dip back in with the same Wayne Goss 19. We're going to dip back in with pigment, dust off the extra, and just go in right where the colors meet and do a few circular motions just to make sure those two are blended perfectly. Okay, once we've taken the eye look here, we're ready to cut the crease, and for that I'm going to be using my MAC 242. I've put some Shape Tape on this, and I'm just going to swipe down, you know the drill. Look up, see where that imprints, and start carving. Okay, so once we've cut the crease, we're ready to go in with our shimmer, and for that we're going to use this gorgeous shade that I'm absolutely in love with, Diet Cola. And what I'm going to do is take that same MAC 242, I'm going to just wipe off any concealer that might still be on there. And then I'm going to load up my brush and just start to place that down where we place the concealer. Okay, once we've taken the Diet Cola to about here, we're going to dip in with a small blender. I believe this is a Wayne Goss 20, yes. We're going to dip in with pigment here, and we're going to very lightly stamp this where the dark shade and the silver we just laid down meet, just so that we can start building a beautiful gradient here. Okay guys, that's pretty much it for the shadow portion. I'm gonna hop off camera, do a quick black wing liner. For that I'm using my Too Faced Better Than Sex liner as per always, and then I'm gonna pop on some lashes, and for this look I thought it would look really nice with these Lily Lashes Barcelona. I really like the way it looks. I feel like it accentuates the look in a really nice way. So I'm gonna do that and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. Okay guys, this is the finished look. I absolutely love the way that this turned out. This Diet Cola color is honestly to die for. It looks so gorgeous on the eyelids. So to finish the look, I went in with my flat brush here, the MAC 212. I went in with this Not a Fact shade. I just stamped it along the lower lash line, and then I took a small blender, my Wayne Goss 20, and went in with pigment, and I just smoked it out, put some mascara on, and put some nude liner in the waterline, and that is pretty much it. So let's jump right into the next look, and don't forget to stay tuned to hear details about the giveaway. Okay guys, now moving on to look number 2. This is the more neutral look. So we're gonna start with shade Tannicon here, and I'm gonna take my Smith 232 and I'm just gonna load up my brush, and I'm gonna start to work that into the crease using circular motions as well as rocking motions, just like the other look that we just did. So I absolutely love this shade. I feel like it's one of those shades that you could just throw into your crease and out the door when you're in a rush type of thing. Like, I love the pigment on it. It's absolutely amazing, and it's just the perfect transition shade, in my opinion. And then with that same brush, we're gonna dip into Diet Root Beer, just really lightly, back and forth between Diet Root Beer and Tannicon. We're gonna start to deepen that outer corner, and we're making sure to put the majority of the pigment on the corner, and then when you feel like it's off of the brush a little bit, you're gonna start to just brush it in. So once you're here, you're gonna switch to a smaller blender brush. For that, I'm using my Wayne Goss 20. I'm gonna go back in with Diet Root Beer. And because we're using a smaller brush, the color is gonna be more concentrated, therefore darker, which is what we are going for. And we're gonna keep that again in the corner, start to build that up, and then carry it right through the crease. Okay, so once we're here, we're gonna dip back in with the bigger blender, and we're gonna go back in with that Tannicon shade and just kind of run over top and make sure that's nice and blended. This is a super fast, simple look for when you want to look a little bit glam, but also just kind of neutral, not so crazy and colorful. So now, after we're here, what we're gonna do is wet a packer brush. I'm using my MAC 239 for this. I'm gonna use my Morphe setting spray. I'm just gonna wet the brush a little bit. I'm gonna load it up with this shade here, Just a Theory. This is such a gorgeous neutral shimmer for your whole lid. And we're pretty much going to pack that on here. And then we're just gonna start to pack it onto the eyelid. Okay, so once we've packed that onto the lid, what we're gonna do is go back again with that small blender brush, the Wayne Goss 20. I'm going to dot back and forth between Diet Root Beer here, the brown and the black. I'm just going to deepen this corner slightly. So one thing I wish that this palette had was a deeper brown. I think that would be really nice. What I'm gonna do is dip into that Diet Root Beer now and just lightly go over that brown and also start to bridge that shimmer we laid down. Okay, so once we've taken the look to about here, we're ready to put on the liner and lashes. So what I'm gonna do is hop off camera, quickly do that, and I'm using the exact same liner and lashes that I used for the previous look, and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look before we move on to the next one. Okay guys, and this is the finished look. So I popped on my lashes and liner, and how I finished the bottom lash line, I took the shades Tannicon and Diet Root Beer, just like we used on the upper lid. I mixed them together and I just put them them on with a flat liner brush. I stamped them on my lower waterline, and then I smoked them out with my Wayne Goss 20, and then I just hit the inner corners with this gorgeous ranch shade, which is actually so pretty. And that is the look. I love the way it turned out. Super everyday, neutral, throw it on and run out the door type of look. And now let's move on to look number 3. Okay guys, let's jump into the third look. So this is a fun pop of color type of look, just when you're in a crazy fun mood. I love the way it turned out, and let's get started. So we're gonna start with this shade here, Cheese Dust. It's like I'm gonna say like a muted orange shade. I don't know, it's literally the color of Cheetos, like exactly. So we're just gonna start by putting that on my Smith 232, and we're gonna start at the corner here in circular motions and run that through the crease. And we are going to be cutting the crease, so we want to make sure we bring that orange shade nice and high so that we can see it once we've laid down the other colors. Okay, once we've taken it to about here with the Cheese Dust shade, we're going to dip in with a smaller blender. This is the Anastasia A25. We're going to dip into this Flaming Hot shade here. And we're just going to start again like we did the other shade in the corner, and just kind of start with patting motion so we get some pigment down. And then we are going to start moving it through the rest of the crease. Once we put that down, we're going to go back in with Cheese Dust and the larger Smith 212 and just kind of go over top of everything. Okay, so now we're going to switch again to the Anastasia A25 smaller blender. We're going to go in with Food Videos, get some on our brush, and make sure we tap it off. We're going to gently run over top of everything, especially this top here where the shadow meets my eyelid. It's just going to help blend everything together, and because we're popping it in the inner corner, it just helps tie everything together as well. Okay, once we've taken the look to about here, we're ready to cut the crease, and for that I'm going to be using my MAC 242 with some Shape Tape. It's going to do one swipe down, look up to see where that imprints, and start carving. Okay, so once we've cut our crease, we're ready to do our shimmer, and for that I'm using this gorgeous Conspiracy shade. It is so unique. It's a very greeny gold. It's just so pretty, and I'm just going to start to pat that onto the eyelid, and boom, look at that. Love this color. And I'm just going to put it on my entire eyelid where we've cut it out with concealer. Okay, so once the shimmer is placed down, what we're going to do is go back in with our Wayne Goss 20. We're going to dip into the Cheese Dust shade, and we're just going to use that to bridge this shimmer shade in with the red that we placed down previously. I'm going to actually put some of this Food Videos shade in my inner corner. And for that, I'm using my Morphe M515. So I'm just gonna place that in, and it just, boom, makes everything pop. Okay guys, that's pretty much it for the shadow portion of the look. I'm gonna quickly hop off camera, throw on some lashes and liner, do the lower lash line, and I will come back to show you guys the final look. Okay guys, this is the final look for the colorful eye look I did with the palette. I love the way it turned out, super fun. Now for the lower lash line, what I did was I took my flat liner brush and I dipped into the shade here, What's the Tea? And I just kind of stamped that along the lower lash line, and then I finished it up with some mascara and some nude liner. And yeah, I absolutely love the way it turned out. Okay guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and details on how to enter the giveaway. So you have to make sure you like and comment on this video. In the comments, make sure you leave your Instagram handle. Make sure you follow me on Instagram as well as Twitter. And I will be messaging the person on Instagram to verify that they're a real person and everything once I randomly select a winner. So yeah, the best of luck to you. Thank you so much for watching. Please, again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out when you guys subscribe, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye, guys.